Society conditions men to give all women the benefits of doubt. We are encouraged to look past all the red flags women can have and accept things that we don't particularly like. We are made to believe that every time we don't like something related to a woman's behavior, it is entirely our fault. Every time we do not like what a woman does, we are told that we are insensitive, insecure, and not mature enough. According to women, we don't like it not because we simply don't like it. We don't like it because we're not real men, because we're insecure and immature. All this is just a shaming tactic to make you accept any type of bad behavior. We are shamed for our preferences, but it works pretty well because it preys on man's very own nature. It preys on our basic need to perform, on our desire to protect women and make them happy. A man's life is all about performance. Since the moment he is born, a man has to make himself useful in one way or another, otherwise society will discard him. A man has to achieve everything by himself. He has to work for everything he has. If he cannot do that, nobody will give him anything for free. Only women can get everything for free, as I've proved in one of my previous posts. When a woman tells a man that she expects a certain behavior from him, a small part of his brain perceives that as her denial of his ability to perform well. All this does is compelling him to a certain extent to prove her wrong, even if that is not really in his advantage. This is a feeling that every man has to fight off, no matter how strong he is. Most of the time we do fight it off, but all it takes is one slip off and we allow a bad behavior that ends up hurting us. We do that because we see women as weak creatures that need our protection and our affection. We catch feelings harder than women, but once we do, our attachment is long lasting. The more time we spend with a woman, the more we get attached to her. And that ends up being favorable to women. That's how women get to us. We become the Ray Donovan of the real world. We are strong, masculine, skilled, good at what we do. No man can ever intimidate us or make a fool out of us. But the moment a woman shows up in our life, we sacrifice everything we like and want, we deny our own beliefs just to please her, and she ends up making a fool out of us. When we meet someone for the first time, human nature makes us cautious with a stranger, and most of us tend to keep our guards up. We always try to be prepared for anything, to expect even the possibility that the person in question is not a good person. And men try to do that with women too, which is and should be considered normal. But the very moment we try to do that, all that social constraints come to place in our mind. We see a woman that has a high body count and we don't like that about her. Whatever the reason, we just don't like it. But the moment we start to feel the repulsion, we also feel bad about it because we have been told many times that we're not supposed to feel that way. A little corner of our mind tells us that maybe we are wrong about it, that maybe we do feel insecure or maybe we're not mature enough. As little as it is, we do start to doubt or question ourselves. And that is not because we do not trust ourselves. It is because no man wants to assume the worst of somebody that he wants to be his girlfriend or wife. Men know that promiscuous ladies have a higher chance of not being loyal, but they do not know for sure. They bet on those small chances of her being loyal. They fool themselves into believing she is not like the other women. Pressured by society, men give up their demands, accepting women as they come. Every time a man has requirements from a woman, he is told that he is the bad guy, that it is wrong for a woman to sacrifice what she wants or likes for the sake of a man. But when a woman has requirements from a man, no matter how unreasonable they are, we have to meet their standards and sacrifice what we want, like, or feel for the sake of a woman. Most of men are willing to do that, but we learn the hard way that women don't reward us for our sacrifice. They end up proving that we were right and society was wrong. We point that out many times as we give clear, concrete real life examples. But society is ignoring all that. It makes light of it, treating it as a simple case of men just meeting the wrong type of women. So society tells you that it's just a coincidence, but when something happens too many times, it is most definitely not a coincidence. If 8 out of 10 women are toxic, should we just give all women the benefit of doubt for the sake of a small minority of women that are toxic?